All right, today in Masochism the car, we're going to be replacing this thing. This is the steering shock absorber. It attaches to the passenger side steering linkage here, and then to the chassis here, and it's supposed to dampen impact when turning. And as you can see, it doesn't. It does jack all. Now, the steering box, as you can see up there, is pretty wet. It needs to be replaced at some point, but for the moment, we're not doing that because that's 600 bucks, and I don't know that I want to spend 600 bucks on this car again. So today we're just replacing it with this nice new one. That was like 20 bucks or 40 bucks or whatever. It was something, it was cheap. So that's what we're gonna do. I take that off, and then we're gonna put the new one on, and it's gonna be a good time. Okay, so here's a quick out of car comparison. This one, just use my foot since I'm recording, but you can see I can just sort of move in and out. It's pretty well boned. This new one, which is a Febby, takes a lot of force to move. See that? A lot of force. It's actually dampening. So, let's put it in. That's too tight. All right. And then, yarg. The other bolt that I put somewhere in a safe spot. Now, this isn't going to get rid of the dead feel or anything like that. Unfortunately, that's just because the box has got 200-something thousand miles on it. But it will at least reduce the shake when going over bumps, which is good until I decide if I actually want to bother replacing the transmission, or the transmission at some point as well. But the suspension in this thing, I reckon if it lasts me another, I don't know, 6 months maybe, without completely dying, I might consider replacing the trans, but until then, probably not so much. And I don't know if you can see, but all the steering shit needs to be replaced. But this will at least prevent undue craziness, histrionics when steering. So, yay that, I suppose. Oh, I want it tighter than that, just like there. Now, I'm going to turn the wheel. Oh man, that's smooth. All right, well, good times. All right, while we're under here, we're going to be replacing the oil level sensor. This is the old one. It was leaking pretty badly around the seal, and the little O-ring seal back here. So we get you a decent shot. So that thing, I could replace the seal, but these things are 50 bucks, so I just bought a whole nother one. This is the original, I think. It's a VDO. I'm assuming it's the original. Looks it, it's dirty enough. But the new one here is by Hella, and it's probably much cheaper. In fact, it feels much cheaper. But you know what? If it works, I'm not sure that I care. There's a new O-ring in there as well. Clean off my hands and put some oil on the O-ring and pop it in the car. All right, I've just finished cleaning around the seal, the bit where the seal sits, and then I've cleaned the some oil on the O-ring, sat the O-ring in, and we're just gonna pop it in. And there we go. Let me take the little plastic thing. This on mine is broken. It doesn't sit properly, so we're just gonna kind of shove it on there and call it good enough. Yeah, that is not held on by anything more than hopes and dreams. So start hoping and I'll start dreaming. All right, so one other thing, with how wet the power steering pump was, I wanted to check the fluid level of the power steering reservoir. It is very dirty. I added some more in a few thousand miles ago, and it's not leaked a whole lot, which is good. It's leaked a little bit, but not much. So what I'm gonna do is suck as much of that out of there as I can, and then put some fresh in, and well, deal with it for another few thousand miles. It's gonna be fun. All right, I know you can't tell a whole huge difference, but I've put about a quart of, well, about 3/4 of a quart power steering fluid through there. Basically, I sucked it up with a turkey baster and poured more in, then turned the wheel full lock, left and right, then put some more in. And I'm gonna call that good enough till I bother replacing the filter.